Yo, what's up, my Shawazzles? We are doing this shit again. Today, I have a very special video to make. I was having some, recent, fuck-ups with my Elgato HD60 on my newest computer, so I decided to make a video about this. Today, we are looking at how well can you run an Elgato on a cheap $300 laptop? It's just something I kind of figured out. I have an old laptop that was laying around that's $300. It's extreme budget laptop. And yeah, we are going to see if we can run the Elgato on it. And the ending results are pretty surprising, so yeah. I'm going really slow because jump cuts and shit. I'm not used to doing this, okay? Alright, so let's start off with the specs. What does this cheap $300 laptop even have to begin with? Well, first off, it has a CPU, an Intel Core i3 5020U, or 5020U, however you want to pronounce it. It's at 2.20 gigahertz, which, according to the tech that I talked to at Elgato, the Elgato capture card select thingy, if you select both, then laptop, or actually if your laptop is a perfect match. Clicking this will scan your PC. And oh no. Well, it looks like this i3 doesn't meet the requirement for the HD60S. Well, I should give up? I'm not going to give up yet. That says the S model. The problem is, I cannot find requirements for the original model. The original HD60. They say it has a hardware encoder that lowers system requirements that the S model lacks. How much, you ask? Well, we ain't gonna know until we try it, because they don't list the requirements for the original HD60. They only list the S model version, which I don't know why, for some odd reason. Well, the video card on this laptop is an Intel HD 5500 GPU, which is pretty bad. I mean, have you tried gaming on an integrated card? It's painful. However, this tool says the video card meets the requirements, so we good there. Now for RAM, we have basic, 4 GB of RAM, which is not a lot, but hey, we scratched the bare minimum, so I guess we're good there. For OS, it's Windows 10 64-bit only. I remember that these are the S requirements, so they're not the same as the HD60, even though they're different devices. I'm still not sure if this would run on Windows 7, so just make sure you have 10. Now, for the HD60 original version, it actually lists as USB 2.0. I was expecting it to say 3.0. Well, we have two 3.0 ports, so we're all good there. So, all in all, our CPU is the only thing that's wrong with this laptop. But it doesn't hurt to try it. Let's see if this works. Alright, we are at the old laptop. I got the software installed. It was simple. Just download and set it up. And just install it. Anyone with a tad bit of computer knowledge should know how to get this done. First off, it's not looking really good. The program takes long to open, really long to open, about a minute to open, so yeah, but we're not giving up just yet. Okay, we got the software up and everything, and I realized that the capture card's there almost instantly. Just a glimmer of hope, am I right? First off, let's say what settings I have set on this thing. For some reason, this hard drive has 2 partitions. I don't know why, but this doesn't really matter. Stream command is turned off at the start because trying to use it, well, it actually warns me that this computer is too slow to use stream command, but whatever, I wasn't planning on using it anyways. It's probably pointless. Flashback recording is on at one point, but I don't really plan on using the whole go back in time thing, so I just turn that off for personal preference. You can leave it on if you want. For sharing, I have everything completely turned off except for MP4. If I wanted to upload the clip to YouTube, I would do it myself. I just want the MP4 file. I also have sound capture and commentary to be separate files, just if in case I left the game audio on or something and needed to fix it. It's just a couple extra files, so no biggie. For updates, I have set anonymous data turned off. Hotkeys, I don't have anything set at all. I should really do that sometime. And an advanced program, oh, it set both the Intel GPU, and look, they put the slider on highest quality, so I guess that means we're good after all. Am I right? Anyway, let's move on here into the capture card settings. In here we have many things. One is input device. I have this set to other, I don't know why. Put it on whatever you want, there's pretty much no harm in it. The HD60 only accepts HDMI, so yeah, that's blocked out. It's there because the old OG HD card had support for it. Audio, I have HDMI. I don't have that party chat code or whatever they call it, if you can even get that still. Color range, I have set standard, select anything we want. For profile, now we get into juicy stuff. I have it set to 1080p, so let's try 1080p. And why not try 60 frames per second? Luckily, I have a handful of PS4 games I run at 60 frames a second to try here. And the quality slider is a bit above the third small line right there. We will keep it there for now. Cropping, just keep it at none. For some odd reason, they have a setting for overscan, and it'll completely destroy your recording. Please don't set it on overscan. And the bottom two were checked already, so yeah, if you don't plan on capturing 480p gameplay, just do whatever you want with them, it doesn't matter. Everything else is set to default, I don't see a point in changing it. So why not try best quality? Well, YouTube compresses it anyway, so setting it any higher won't really mean a thing, so we'll just keep it there, which I believe is around 21 megabytes a second for bitrate. Now we will test some games. I have some games right here to test, so we are going to do that. And we will see if they look presentable, because according to Elgato, we don't meet the requirements, so we should expect a shit show, right? Well, let's see if we get that shit show. I'm not sure if a 16-bit game would be good for testing, but whatever. First test is Sonic Mania at 1080p 60 frames a second. We will test every game for 1 solid minute. That should give us enough time to see how well everything works out. Well, here goes nothing. Huh. Wasn't that a doesn't meet requirements video? That's weird, because that looked great. We didn't drop any frames at all. Even when Sonic was zooming through that loop, no loss at all, a full 60 frames a second at 1080p. Sure, it's probably because the game is 16-bit and shouldn't be too taxing on the hardware. Well, with all the programs I had open, it should be. Well, let's see. This is what I have open on this computer as of recording all this footage. So when we go into here, we have like no RAM left at all. CPU's only being used like 20%, so that's not much. And hard drive, none at all. So yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't know. I thought this computer wouldn't be able to do this. Anyway, let's continue. As you saw there, we have tons of shit open. We have Elgato open, we have Photoshop open in the background, as well as having Skype open. Let's move on to something a little more demanding and just as fast-paced. We have another Sonic title here. It's time for Sonic Forces. Whatever you think of these two games, it's without a doubt that Sonic Forces is more demanding because of its 3D graphics. So let's see how much this i3 laptop struggles to capture this. Holy crap! That looked amazing! No complaints from me. I thought I was going to look like a shit show because of the i3, but wow, this looked great. Even smashing through all those enemies at the end did nothing to destroy me. Kept a solid 60 FPS in the footage. The game, on the other hand, not so much. But that game was cartoony, and it was less demanding than realistic games. So let's try a different game. Say what you want about the Devil May Cry reboot, but you gotta admit, its visuals are pretty great. Oh my god, I can't believe I said that. Can't believe I'm fucked up like that. The visuals are pretty great. This game has humans in it, like actual people, not cartoony looking furry animals. So we were going to try recording this game at 1080p, 60 frames a second, with no change, and all that crap still open in the background.
Target practice. Right on cue.
Hey, that's pretty good! Seriously, I wasn't expecting this to work at all, but it's working. It's actually working just fine. Elgato told me it would not run on this computer. It looks baffling, actually. Now we need a game that both looks good and runs at 60 frames a second. God, I hope the servers are up. Next up we have GT Sport. I am not saying its full name because I have trouble speaking. Gran Turismo Sport. That sucked. The game has extremely detailed cars, and to me is one of the best looking games of all time. We're testing everything the same, 1080, 60, everything still open. Let's just do this. I don't see why Elgato told me this wouldn't work, because it's working well. There's no glitches, no dropped frames, and no distorting. This looks pretty great. So all in all, can you really use an Elgato HD60 on a $300 i3 budget laptop? I would say yes. The quality slider doesn't really matter, as YouTube will compress your footage in the end anyway, so it's not a big loss then. It's lower than it should be. I would say Elgato's requirements for the original HD60 is incorrect, or maybe my i3 budget piece of crap is something special that can run this for some reason. Who knows? You want to see if your laptop can run the Elgato? Head to Google and type in your CPU versus i3 5020U, and if it's faster, it will run. Need to find out what your CPU is? Go to Control Panel, then System and Security, then System, and everything should be listed there. Look for Processor. Now to end this off, we are going into Elgato settings and bump up the quality all the way and see what happens. We'll use Sonic Forces for this one. Oh my. That had to be just like a lucky shot or something. Nothing went wrong at the best quality settings. Let's try another one, same game. No issues. I remember trying earlier and it glitched up a bit. Who knows? Alright, that's pretty much it. You can run the Elgato with the basic laptop, just make sure you have a speedy hard drive and don't capture it to USB, because this happens. Anyways, bye guys. Where's my mouse at?